This is the way, people.
This is very stressful. My anxiety is causing.
Hashtag content. Look at all our. Good morning, all. Happy day 102 on the Pacific Crest Trail. That's insane. 102 days. You want to know what it feels like? That's how it feels like. So I am at Lake Siskiyou Campground doing a barbecue with both Bird Call's family and my family. We are gonna swim in the lake. We're gonna barbecue up some hot dogs. This is our last official zero in Mount Shasta. And then we will head on to the trail. One thing we're dealing with, as maybe some of you know, is there is the Shelley fire, which has started in Etna, and a portion of the Pacific Crest Trail is closed down. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna head back to the Soda Springs Road, basically where my brother picked me up 2 days ago. Our brother picked us up 2 days ago. And then we have 38 miles that we can hike on the Pacific Crest Trail before we have to get off and are rerouted out. So far this is the plan. Now, of course, things can change with fire and stuff, but as it stands right now, this is what the PCTA and everything has stated, that this section is closed, but we still have 38 miles. So I'm familiar with this area, of course, is my hometown. So I know that we're going to be hiking up Castle Crags, and then we're going to be going over to Dead Falls and kind of hiking in the eddies. So we have 38 miles, and then the PCT is closed and the reroute, or actually just that's ending. So then what I'm so happy we have somewhere on our team. She is the best and the absolute most awesome whatever resource that we could possibly have. And she created a reroute for all of us on Gaia GPS maps, which that's another app that we can use. And she connected a whole bunch of Forest Service roads that basically kind of hug the highway, the main highway, so Highway 5. And at this portion of the PCT, it kind of C's out. It like does this big kind of C shape. And the reroute that we're going to do basically cuts up it. And we, like I said, we kind of hug I-5. I'll put a map in here right now so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But so she connected a whole bunch of Forest Service roads, and this is 102 miles of this section, and then we can cut back up and get back onto the PCT. As it stands right now, the fire could change stuff. It could close down more of the PCT, but we're gonna see, and this is the plan that we have thus far. One thing that we're lucky about, Bird Call, Scout and I, is that Somewhere in Roadrunner actually left yesterday morning. So they're going to be ahead of us, and we'll be able to Garmin them and text and be in contact with them if anything changes or the reroute that we've created is bad or something like that. We do have a topo map, but of course the issue that we have is that this is not on far out, so we have no comments about water. We can see water on the topo map, but of course we don't know if it's dry or not. And then this is literally just connecting Forest Service roads. So we're gonna see. It's an adventure. It is definitely an adventure. And I will say the reason that we're doing this is because what's really important to the Bird Call, and of course Somewhere in Roadrunner, is that we have a continuous footpath. And it is just something that is important to us personally. Everybody can do their own thing, do whatever they want. But for us, it is important because it means that we walked all the way from Mexico to Canada. And we're gonna maintain that as much as we can. Of course, we'll take our safety into it. I'm not gonna do anything that's gonna compromise our safety, but we want to keep a continuous footpath all the way to Canada. And that is just for some pride of saying, you know, hey, we walked all the way from Mexico to Canada. So that's why that's important. So we're willing to hike some service roads and just be on an adventure and deal with what we can deal with. The other plus side of this Forest Service route that's right along the Highway 5 is there's a lot of bailout points in case it's horrible or it's just not working out or whatever. Our resupply is that we're going to be resupplying in Wairika, and then we're still going to be able to get into Ashland, and that's where we can kind of connect back up with the PCT. So it's going to be an adventure, and it all starts tomorrow. But as for today, we are going to be barbecuing up hot dogs and hanging out with some family, and I'm looking forward to that. And also I want to say, I've been mentioning this, but I'm going to keep mentioning it. Bird Call and I both added a page on our website, Riedel Gallery, and we added a page for our Pacific Crest Trail illustrated field journal. So that is on our website. I will put the link in the description of this video, but you can check that out. That is for pre-ordering our book, and you can take a look at some of Bird Call's artwork, and I have a couple of my journal entries in there. Okay, we got so many picnic tables in the shade. We've got some chairs. What do we got in here? We've got, heck of sodas, bubbly waters. In here we got waters, couple more sodas. In here, this is the adult cooler. A couple of brewskis. And then look at all our hot dogs. Hot dogs, cheese, chili. This is summertime. It's funny because I also feel like I kind of forget that we've walked all the way here from Mexico, because I'm surrounded by such familiar people and such familiar area that I'm like just kind of getting caught up in family time, and then I'm like, oh yeah, we walked here.
I imagine you trying to
Playing rummy.
say your most provocative story.
I am not winning.
You see the
It starts again.
And then you get
30 on it.
We're just gonna go straight up like that. We're skipping all of that. It's about 30 miles.
I will crush anyway, guys.
All right, family has halfway arrived. I think my sister and her kiddos are still coming. Well, we are playing games, drinking soda pop, hanging out, eating chips. Gonna barbecue up some hot dogs here in a little bit, and just enjoying this day off before we're back at the grind again.
This brings back memories.
Jeanette has her place is about 20 minutes from here. But your evening is tied up. But
Yeah.
maybe one of the next times you guys come up here,
Yeah.
you should come over.
Yeah, next
Dinner's
time.
with us.
Alrighty.
She's got the
Thank
creek
you.
running through, so you can dip your feet in.
All right, about to eat me a chili dog. Yes, that's mayonnaise on top, and I smothered it in cheese. All right, Kristen brought some salads.
Oh yeah.
So we got a quinoa salad. All right, what you doing?
having a picnic with the fam.
No, these are.
How you
I have
feeling?
4 cards. I have 4 cards.
Wonderful.
There you go.
You ready to hit the trail tomorrow?
I am, yeah.
What you eating?
Okay, I got
I am eating a quinoa salad and a pasta salad, and I'm drinking a squirt.
Nice.
Four
How's your top
numbers
feel?
of the same
My
suit.
top feels good.
You
It's a little bit warm.
The exact same.
You can let him be famous.
Look at these little cheeks.
We playing spoons, people.
Sky's on.
We're going swimming. We're walking down to the beach.
So weird.
We about to jump in the water of the lake.
Oh, no, they killed him. I like turtles.
Now you're gonna
Any
be famous.
spaces?
Nope, it's travel, like traveling, writing, and then painting, like paint. Travel, write, paint. And if you forget, just ask your mom.
Oh, are you idiot? Oh, jeez. The interview. This is what we need. Yeah. Sometimes
I don't often look at the video. I'll edit it, but I don't edit myself. I'll just keep going on it. But I do I don't know. What I was gonna say, what was interesting, and I already said this to John and stuff, is like oftentimes I'll pull out the camera when we're coming up to something, like say a sign, and it's like we're seeing it for the first time, and I'll like pull out the camera and I'll just hold it there, but then we'll look at the sign and then we'll start talking about something, the view or the sign, and I catch all of that, and it's like it's an interesting way of like catching our raw emotions or our raw whatever when we're seeing it the very first time. And that's kind of a cool thing.
I just use them.
That's a cool eraser right there, like a mechanical eraser.
So this is our niece, and she is an amazing drawer, artist, and Bird Call, when they get together, oftentimes will draw with her, and that's what's going down right now. So sweet and so cute. Okay, so I was just chatting with my sister, and she was like, what is your trail name? I don't know your trail name. And how did Bird Call get his trail name? And how did Roadrunner get her trail name? And she was just had questions about trail name. She's like, you never talked about it. So this is for y'all who may perhaps didn't know about our trail names and like what our names were. I'm pretty sure y'all know, but I mean, if my sister doesn't know, then maybe y'all don't know. I don't know. Anyways, so my trail name is Boss Bay, short for Boss Baby, and that was given to me by both Bird Call and Roadrunner, and we were trying to figure out different trail names, and I was like, oh, well, Bird Call called me Boss Baby one time, and then Roadrunner heard that, and she was like, that is perfect, very fitting, because apparently, I guess maybe I'm bossy. I try to not be bossy anymore now. And then Bird Call got his name because he goes, ooh, woo. Okay, so you guys probably already knew that. That is his call, and he makes that call every time. Every time, and he's been making that call since I've met him. So anytime we need to find him, that's where his call comes from. Roadrunner, I believe, got her name because she's so freaking fast when she hikes. Somewhere got her name because she's always somewhere. Actually, I believe she got it when she was on the AT, and people were like, where are you from? And she said that she had been in so many different places and had been living in a whole bunch of different places. So she's like, I'm from somewhere, which is very fitting for her because she is always somewhere. And then, of course, Bougie got his trail name because he wears a Jolly Gear shirt. Also, he has an actual coffee pot. And also, I mean, look at him. He's bougie as all heck. I mean, seriously. But anyways, just so clarify, of course, you always hear me talk about Roadrunner and Somewhere and Bird Call. But my trail name is Boss Bay, short for Boss Baby, or short for Boss, or short for Baby, or whatever you want. You too. Look at you so pretty. The up and coming famous artist of the family. Look at that sketch.
And he's got peg leg, a hook for a hand, and an eye patch over one eye. And he walks in, and the bartender sees him. He goes, "Hey man, what the hell happened to you? You got a peg for a leg now. What happened?" He says, "Well, I was jumping from one ship to the other, and a shark jumped up and bit my leg off, so I had to get this peg leg." He goes, "Oh man, that's horrible. What happened to your hand? You have a hook for your hand now." He says, "Well, I was swashbuckling, and another pirate chopped my hand off, so I had to put this hook on there." He goes, "Oh man, that's so horrible. What about your eye? You have an eye patch over your eye now." And he says, "Well, I was looking up in the sky, and a bird flew overhead and pooped in my eye." And the bartender goes, "A bird pooped in your eye? That's how you lost your eye?" He says, "Well, I was still getting used to me hook, you see."
Okay, bye. Bye. So we're back in the hotel, and right now we are texting his sister, who's going to meet us in about 3 days. We are texting her the resupply that we're gonna need. She's gonna meet us around Wairika, and that's where we're gonna need food.
We got ramen, beef 6-pack, block of cheese, 1 pound extra sharp cheddar, salami 15-ounce bag, tortillas 10-pack, Cliff Bars, Cliff Bars 6-pack, the cheap ones, peanut butter Skippy Chunky, Propel Electrolyte drink mix, Crystal Light caffeine drink mix, and sour gummy worms.
I think that's enough too.
I think
So that's
perfect.
3 days of resupply.
We're getting back on trail,
So
people.
electrolytes, caffeine, peanut butter, Cliff Bars, tortillas with salami and cheese for lunch, and then ramen for dinner. And do we want chips or anything?
I'm kind of like over chips.
I know. Let's do Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its?
Yeah, do a thing of Cheez-Its. That'll be nice.
Cheez-Its.